welcome to Week in Review. In this video, me and several other reviewers are going to take a look at the reviews that we did in the past week and give you kind of a quick overview of those games and our ratings for them. So, here we go.
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm Forrest from Bowers Game Corner, and this is my Week in Review. First game I checked out was Fly. This is from the Pack-O game series, and it's pretty simple. If you're looking at this as a game night dexterity/filler game, it's going to fall flat. But as a family/children's game, it went over very well. Next I checked out Monopoly Deal, which is, surprise, not actually terrible. They streamlined it, they turned it into a card-based game. Yes, it's still your typical mass-market game, but it actually is kind of enjoyable. Last but not least, I checked out Mix and Match Robbers from Hobbit, and this is another solid Hobbit game. My 3-year-old loves it. My class full of 3 to 5-year-olds love it. You're going to be trying to quickly find different matches on a board, strictly for kids, but still a good deal of fun. If you enjoyed this Week in Review, be sure to check out my channel too. Woo!
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Last week I reviewed Mission Red Planet, the very popular reprint from Bruno Cathala and Bruno Fedudi, and I sort of went over what I liked, what I didn't like, and whether or not this game really hit on all cylinders like many people had said. You might be interested in what I say there. Spookies was a press your luck dice rolling game where you have more than just one decision to make on your turn, and I thought it was an interesting twist on a simple dice rolling press your luck game that had some ways that did things differently that I really enjoyed. So go see the different mechanisms there. And Karuba, wow, this is one of the best family games I've played in a long time. It is a tile laying but puzzly game where you all have your own puzzle, but you're all solving the same puzzle at the same time. It's very interesting. There's no interaction, but there is. Awesome game. That was my best game of the week. That's Karuba. I also did my top 5 deduction games, so make sure you check that out, see if you agree or disagree with me there. And I also talked about my game of the month. If you don't know which one that is, go watch the video to find out. And I did 2 Kickstarter previews, one for Ages, the deck building game. It's a historically based deck building game. And I also did the second set for Pack-O games. There's those tiny gum-sized games that fit right in your pocket. And the Pack-O game set 2 has 4 new games for that, and both of those are live on Kickstarter now.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Week in Review, and this week I was able to do a good number of videos. First of all, I was able to review this guy right here, Stingy. It's a Reiner Knizia design from Play This One, and it's a pretty neat set collection game with a twist. Had a good amount of decisions to make during the game. Simple decisions, don't get me wrong, but decisions nonetheless. Not bad. Good player interaction. A little bit of a back and forth type dynamic going on here. So check that one out. Stingy from Reiner Knizia. I was also able to review this guy right here, Goblin Dice, a dice rolling racing game that has a little bit of a dexterity mechanic because everybody rolls their dice into the center of the board, and then everybody has to grab one dice, one with their left hand and one with their right hand, and then that's what you're able to move along the course or use special abilities that are on the course tile that they are presently on. So it's a neat little fast 15 to 20, maybe 25 minutes depending on how it goes, but a very fast filler game, dice rolling, pretty fun. Check that one out as well. Then I was also able to do 3 videos for a Return to Hoth series for the Imperial Assault game from Fantasy Flight. And I looked at the Rebels, the Mercenaries, and the Imperials that come in the Return to Hoth big box expansion for Imperial Assault. So you can check those 3 out. There will be a 4th in that video where I look at the campaign that comes in that box as well. So go check those 3 out. And then I also did a Miami Dice with Tom where we talked about Smash Up, an older game, but still a very cool game. You can check that out as well. And I was also part of a live playthrough video this week of Arcadia Quest for the Battling Brushes from last month. Rob, Tom, and I went and played that on last Friday. So you can check that out. That's still on. There's 2 camera angles, one for us and one for the board as well. So you go check all those out. And that's it for me. See you next week, folks, on the flip side.
Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. Last week I put out a Blender's Best of the Month, so go check that out if you want to see the best games that we played last month, a bunch of us. But I also did 4 reviews. I reviewed a card game called Shintoh, which is a really undercooked and sort of blah bidding game. I recommend a big pass on that one. Did not like it at all. I also reviewed Circus Flohcati, which is a little filler game I really like, but this new version I was very unhappy with, so I would say pass on that as well. Just not a good graphic design, not well developed. I was very unhappy with that. Also reviewed Think Again. That is a party game in which you have to come up with answers to questions very quickly. Typically the right answer, sometimes the wrong answer. Very fun, very quick. I enjoyed that. I recommend it. And then lastly, my favorite game I reviewed last week, Kune versus Lakie. This is a deck building game for 2 players with a really bizarre theme about rabbits getting a divorce or something, but a really cool gameplay, very interesting. Everything works together nicely. That one's really neat. I recommend that highly. So there you have it. That was it for me last week. I'll see you next time.
And for me, the worst game I played last week was probably Stinker, which is a party game that kind of puts restrictions on you and has a really weird rule about the judge is the last person to play. It's kind of an interesting idea, but there's too many better party games out there. The Infinite board game, now you'll see my rating here isn't super high on this one, but that's my rating of the system. I think for most people, the rating would be much higher. If you're looking for, this is a piece pack set, the book itself, I would give a rating of 8.2. It's a really good book, and it's an idea to put games together. It's just not my style. Tem-Purr-A, which is a terrible name, but a great, fun little Uno-style game about pushing your luck, about playing cards, and then taking cards and hoping not to just eat too much food. Also, from Yellow Games, Loot and Run. This is a game in which you decide to get some more treasure in front of you, cash the treasure you have, or call someone out because you think they have monsters on the cards in front of them. Very simple, fun game. I also took a look at 2 of the monster packs for Battle Lore, the Giant and the Dragon. 2 great pieces if you want to have some monsters roaming around and attacking in the middle of the Battle Lore 2nd edition. Lots of fun. Archaeology, the card game. This is the new version from Z-Man Games. This one is the same as the old one with some extra additions that make it even better. Super great quality. This is one of those card games, boom, easily into my collection. Pixel Tactics Deluxe is a big giant box that holds everything for Pixel Tactics. Gives you more stuff for it. You can play with just the stuff in this set, dividers and everything. If you are a Pixel Tactics fanatic, this is amazing. If you're not, well, you might be better off getting Pixel Tactics 1. I do like it. I took a look at the Mystics expansion for Blood Rage, the Mystics of Midgard. Blood Rage is already a fantastic, amazing game. This adds a cool, almost customizable monster type piece. The Mystics, really neat. Jason and I took a look at Manhattan. This is a classic Spiel des Jahres winning game about building skyscrapers. It was great when it came out. It is still great today. And then we also took a look at Council of Four, which is a brand new game that looks absolutely boring, but which I found amazingly fun because as you do different things in cities and get bonuses for those bonuses multiply and you kind of just have chain reactions of bonuses, which is a really neat concept for the game. So folks, that's what we took a look at last week. You can see all of our stuff on Dicetower.com. Until next time, I'm Tom Basso, and you've been watching Week in Review.